I've been hunting for over 30 years now. My father, grandfather, great uncle, and cousins all taught me the meaning of the ways of the hunter. And not just that, I learned what it meant to be an outdoorsman, to have an understanding, an appreciation, and respect for nature. But none of that experience, none of that understanding or appreciation could have prepared me for an encounter with the Dogman. All of it came about one morning with me and my father scouting out a new hunting area. Since we were totally unfamiliar with the area, we thought it prudent to not go unarmed. About 20 minutes in, we found a trail that needed checking out. As soon as we hit it, I caught a flash of movement off to the left side of the trail, about 25 to 30 yards away. I didn't think much of it at first because it's normal, for example, to see the movement of birds flitting back and forth on branches and into the brush and brambles of a thicket. But both my dad and I stopped cold in our tracks when the sound of a low rumbling growl reached our ears. But it was more than that. You could feel the power of the growl vibrating all the way through you down to the bone. Now, I said quietly that we must have walked up on a bear with a cub and the growl was intended to scare us off. But my father just shook his head and said, "We have a situation here." Then the shit got real. From the left side of the trail, out of the brush, stepped a gigantic wolf-like creature that was standing on two legs. The head was easily 3 times bigger than a large German shepherd. It had black fur and dirty yellow eyes. And this thing had a muscle mass like you wouldn't fucking believe. It was easily 7 feet tall and had a mouthful of teeth that looked ready to do business. So there we were, my father and I, caught up in a terrifying showdown with this thing. I raised my pistol and pointed it at the creature, and when I did, it tilted its head to the right. Then my dad said under his breath, "Put that goddamn thing down and take 2 steps back." Then the creature dropped down on all 4 legs and took off to the right at a tremendous speed, and we watched it until it disappeared into the forest. That was about 10 years ago. My father and I have talked about it several times, only with each other, off and on since then. He always reminds me that if I'd pulled the trigger that day, that I probably wouldn't be around today to share this story with you.